In the black and white glow of classic Hollywood, one man stood tall, not for his looks or charm, but for his gritty voice, steely stare, and unmatched presence. He was not the traditional hero, yet he became the face of the golden age of American cinema. That man was Humphrey Bogart, a star not born but forged through hardship, grit, and unexpected love. Globe with Meridian's early life. Privileged with pain, Humphrey DeForest Bogart was born on December 25, 1899, in New York City, into a wealthy family. His father was a respected heart surgeon, and his mother was a commercial artist. Despite the comfort and privilege, Bogart's childhood was cold and distant. His parents were emotionally unavailable, and the family home was ruled by strict expectations. Educated at elite private schools, Bogart was expected to follow in his father's footsteps. But he rebelled, was expelled from prep school, and joined the U.S. Navy during World War I. It was during his naval service that he got the scar on his lip. Various stories exist about how it happened, but it added to his rugged image later in Hollywood. Clapperboard from stage struggles to screen stardom after the war, Bogart turned to the theater. His early career was filled with rejection and minor stage roles. For years, he played small parts in films, often typecast as a gangster. Hollywood didn't see him as a leading man. That changed in 1941 when he starred in High Sierra and The Maltese Falcon. Both films showcased a new kind of hero, tough, cynical, and deeply human. But it was Casablanca in 1942 that made him a legend. His portrayal of Rick Blaine, an emotionally wounded man who sacrifices love for a greater cause, cemented him as a cultural icon. Red Heart love story with Lauren Bacall in 1944. During the filming of To Have and Have Not, Bogart met a 19-year-old newcomer named Lauren Bacall. He was 44. Despite the age gap, they fell deeply in love. Their chemistry on and off screen was electric. Bogart divorced his third wife and married Bacall in 1945. Their marriage was one of Hollywood's most enduring love stories. They had 2 children together, and Bacall became his anchor. She softened his edges and brought out his rarely seen tenderness. They starred in several films together, including The Big Sleep, Key Largo, and Dark Passage. Tornado battles with the bottle and the industry. Bogart was a heavy drinker and smoker. Known for his sharp wit and occasional moodiness, he often clashed with studios. He despised the Hollywood system but learned to play its game on his own terms. In the 1950s, he co-founded his own production company, Santana Productions, to gain creative control. Despite his tough persona, those close to him described him as loyal, deeply intelligent, and a man who cared about justice and friendship. He was politically vocal, standing against McCarthyism and blacklisting in Hollywood. Coffin final years and farewell. Bogart continued to work through the 1950s, starring in The African Queen, Sabrina, and The Caine Mutiny. But by 1956, his health began to fail due to throat cancer. Years of smoking and drinking caught up with him. He died on January 14, 1957, at the age of 57. Lauren Bacall placed a small gold whistle in his coffin, engraved with their inside joke from their first movie together: "If you want anything, just whistle." Sparkles. The legend lies on. Humphrey Bogart was more than an actor. He was a symbol of resistance, grit, and authenticity. He showed the world that heroes could be flawed, men could be vulnerable, and love could come unexpectedly late in life. Even decades after his death, his films still play on screens around the world, and his legacy as the ultimate anti-hero lives on. From a rebellious boy in New York to a Hollywood icon, Bogart's story reminds us that true greatness often comes from being unapologetically yourself.